Welcome back. This is day 3 of our Solving Equations review unit. In this lesson, we'll be solving one-step word problems, our favorite. A handout is provided in the description below if you'd like to follow along. Thank you and enjoy. Oh yeah, it's that time again. We have some math problems here and we need you to do them now. Pause the video, complete the problems, and return to the video when you're done. Let's go over this do now. We've been doing this for a couple days now, so this should be getting easier. Find the product of negative 55. Let me find all the factors of 55. So that's 1 times 55, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, and 11. I think I can stop now. I think that'll work right there. So I'll use 5 and 11. And I need one of them to be negative, because my product's a negative. And I want it to be a positive 6, so I'm going to make the 5 negative. There we go. All right, done with that one. Here we go. 6. 1 times 6, 2 times 3, perfect. And I'm going to need them both to be negative. So a negative 2, oh no, that's not going to work. Let me rewind that one. Back. I need one of them to be negative, which means I need to use the 6 and the 1. Ooh, a little tricky problem here. All right, next problem. 60. Ooh, this is going to have a lot of factors. 1 times 60, 2 and 30, 3 and 10, 4 and 15, 5 and 12, 6 and 10, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. All right, let's see here. What are we going to use here to make negative 7? Oh, there it is. The 12 and the 5. So we'll go 12 and 5, and I need one of them to be negative, so that's going to have to be the 12. So negative 12 plus 5 is negative 7. And 36, wrapping it up right here. This also has a lot of factors. 2 times 18, 3 times 12, 4 times 9, 5, 6, 6 times 6. And you need 5. So it looks like the 9 and the 4 is going to work. And I need, which one's the negative one? The 4. Perfect. All right, game over. Let's try this word problem. It says, a set of 8 dessert dishes costs $20. What is the cost of each dish? All right, perfect. So I have a question here, and what did they want to know? What is the cost of each dish? So I'm going to write something down here. I'm going to say let x equal the cost of a dish. Because that's what we're trying to figure out. We're trying to figure out, hey, how much does each dish cost? So I'm going to call that x, because I don't know what that is. And now I like pictures to help me see this. So before I start writing equations, I usually try to break it out, like what is happening here. So if I wanted to, I just think of like, what's the relationship? If I wanted to figure out what this is, so I know I need to know a couple things. I need to know the number of dishes. And if I do know the number of dishes, and then I can multiply it by the cost per dish. So if I took the number of dishes and I multiply by the cost per dish, then that has to equal what? That has to equal my total cost. So if I could, this is kind of a visual way of writing an equation. So this should be my total cost. So if you just went to the store and you said, okay, I need to buy 20 dishes, if you know how much each one costs, then you just multiply the 20 times how much the price is, and you'll get what you have to pay. All right, so again, that's what's happening in this equation, so let's write an equation for it now. So now in this problem, do you know the number of dishes? Yeah, they told you you're gonna get a set of 8 dishes. So I have 8 dishes, and I'm multiplying by. Do we know the cost per dish? Well, no, we don't, but we already said let x be that, so we're gonna say 8x, and then that has to equal the total cost. So what's the total cost in this row? It's going to be 20, okay? So some of you might have just jumped straight to that equation and been good to go, but others might need to break it down a little bit. For me, I always need to break it down, like what's really happening in this problem. All right, and then we can solve this problem. So you should remember, this is just 8 times x, so we're going to divide by 8, and we'll get x is equal to, what is 8 divided by, or 20 divided by 8? Let me simplify this a couple times. So this will be, let me see, I'll write on the side over here. So 20 over 8 is equal to 10 over 4, which is equal to 5 over 2, which is 250. So really, what is the cost of each dish? Each dish cost $2.50. All right, that's it. Game over. All right, but I hope you see that, usually in the question you can define whatever it is you're looking for. You can call that X or Y or A or B, it doesn't matter. But then after that, I'm going to try to write an equation for this. All right, let's try the next problem. All right, let's try problem 2. Ben and Jerry together own 24 comic books. And if Ben owns 6 comic books, how many does Jerry own? So I'm going to define a variable quick. So let's say let x equal the question, how many does Jerry own? So what are they talking about? Books Jerry owns. Okay, so that's what x is going to stand for in here, because this is what we don't know. We don't know how many books Jerry owns. All right, now you might be able to figure it out real quickly, but again, I'm going to practice writing equations. So let's read this again. Ben and Jerry together own 24 books. So together they have 24 books. So to me, this looks like this. I know, well, if I take Ben's books and I add those together, if I add Ben's books with Jerry's books, I should get the total number of books that are in this problem. Jerry's books, sorry, it's a little messy. That has to equal the total books. So this is just an adding problem. Total books. So let's see if that makes sense. That's an S. Looks like booty. Ben's books and Jerry's books, if you add those together, you should get total number of books. All right, let's try this. So in this problem, what do we got here? Do we know anything? If Ben owns 6, oh, we do know this little piece. Ben owns 6 comic books. So that means Ben's books will be 6. And then if we have to add together Jerry's books, well, Jerry we don't know, so we'll call that X. And that equals a total of 24 books. Now you already knew what the answer was already, but let's practice our solving equations. So I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides of my equation. We've done this a couple times already. And you'll get X is equal to 18. So in this problem, we know, what do we know? Jerry owns 18 books. All right, game over. We're done. All right, good luck. You're going to be working in groups on a few more problems just like this.